Did you see the alarm?
I have I prefer do not.
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
But the CCTV footage is evidence. It could help identify the killer.
Correction, madame. It is but an indicator. The only true evidence is only...
The only... Could you give me a statement in...
Now is...
Thanks in... If I was going to distract Nave, I needed to unearth new evidence, or concoct some, and the bloodier, the better. The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands. I spread some of this sauce around with my shoe. It looked a little bit like a blood stain, but it still wasn't right. If I was going to distract the cop, I had to get rid of that gum. No, that... Excuse me.
Father Simeon.
Are you okay?
It's a terrible shock, but...
Could I ask you some...
What kind?
I'm a reporter for...
I suppose it cannot hurt.
Why did you come to the gallery?
God brought me here. I saw the poster for the exhibition. I had to come.
What do you mean?
I knew there was great evil in La Maledictio. It was my duty to confront it. The painter was El Serp, the serpent, don't you see?
Evil? So, what were you planning on doing here today?
I wanted to bear witness to anything that the devil would conjure.
Well, I think it was a no-show, Father.
Really? A man? I'd say his work here.
That wasn't going... Did you see anything that...
The devil takes many forms, child. I did...
Anything?
I'm sorry, my dear.
What do you know about Henri?
An innocent victim, insofar as... If he was peddling such blasphemous works as the El Serp painting, then who knows what...
Father Simeon was making me feel guilty. Priests always did that. What do you think about that stain?
Is that blood?
I think it's... I wonder if there's a mop any...
We are facing death and divine retribution. This is no time for tidying up.
Father Simeon wasn't making... What can you tell me about...
Grotesque.
How can a painting...
By killing all who come into contact with it.
Does that mean we're next?
Laugh not at the devil's play.
This is my press card.
Good. Be sure to warn your readers that...
Thank you for your... The priest had nothing useful... Are you Hector Lane, the art...
Enchanté, madame. And which of the angels...
I'm Nico Collar.
Ah, a fallen angel, then. My favorite sort.
What can you tell me about the painting that was taken?
It was called La Maledictio, an unknown work that only recently surfaced.
Who was the...
A mysterious figure known only as El Serp. Some say he was a student of Picasso. He was good, but not great, and his true identity...
What can you tell me about the theft?
Oh, it was truly awful.
Have you spoken to Jean? Yes.
He promised to clear up any misunderstanding.
Father Simeon says that the painting is evil.
The priest is a lunatic. La Maledictio is a painting, and a painting cannot be evil.
What can you tell me about Henri's involvement with the gallery?
Dear Henri, a shining diamond in the ordure that is the modern art. He owned the gallery. What will we do without him?
Tell me about the shooting, monsieur.
Well, it all happened.
Take your time.
I can't be sure. Perhaps
I'm sorry, monsieur. I'm on a tight deadline.
I would have tackled him, but he was too...
Did you know that the alarm had been sabotaged?
No. How dreadful. I suppose that's why the alarm isn't ringing.
Here's my press card.
And there was I thinking you were too young and beautiful to be...
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane. I wasn't going to get anything useful from Lane. At least now the... Josh.
Yeah, Nico.
So why do you need to get into the office?
I'm pretty sure the robbery was an inside job.
So?
Super.
What if I create...
You do that.
That's it. Somehow I had... It was the alarm for the painting that had been stolen. The bus... I couldn't use this... The painting was like... Nice price tag. I'd never met the gallery. Getting in had... Inspect...
Yes?
Have you seen that stain on the floor?
I don't have time to waste discussing domestic hygiene. Please.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else. There was no point in calling Jean. still had no...
Yes?
I suppose this is...
It is a robbery.
Surely the...
Please, the victim's body paints it. Consider the impact of the bullet.
What do you think of...
He is...
So you don't... Are you... Do you...
It is a paint.
Are you sure?
Please, keep... I told you, I am not in...
Thanks, Inspector. Poor guy. Poor guy. I couldn't use this painting to distract Inspector Neve. Not without... I liked it. It was a very attractive piece. Nice price tag. I couldn't use the... Nice price tag. If it hadn't been for the body, I would have enjoyed looking at the paintings. Nice price tag. I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice. Inspector!
Yes?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over...
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it. Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, Georges, that should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
At last, Stobart.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh.
Yeah, someone stole a...
Oh,
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Yes. Well,
So,
you think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief? Wrestled into the ground? Got myself shot?
sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it. The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording. I needed to... It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. I didn't imagine Henri as a musician. Henri sure liked his clutter. The poster advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival, headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters. And there I was, thinking that Henri might have set such an obvious code. No such luck. I needed to find a 4-digit number. It was hard to tell if the lava lamp was retro or just plain old. Henri sure had his quirks. The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble. There I was, looking at the exhibition. A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The moment it all went horribly wrong. The alarm should have sounded when the killer... but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe... There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake. The writing was just a blur. This... That was the earliest shot with anything interesting on it. The killer making his getaway. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV. The pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket. I didn't need a business card. I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins. The lighter was corroded and grimy. It'd probably never work again. I decided to leave it. Carrying an ink pot around inside my pocket would have been stupid. The ink would have stained my hands for days. I didn't feel the need to take Henri's eraser. The switch controlled the small desk lamp. I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it. It was the paper that Nico wrote for. Nico lived for the day her story would be on the front. There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address. The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged. Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years. It looked like Henri had saved the best booze for the back room. A naked lady stared at me seductively. The trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart. It was a pretty flamboyant-looking clock. Henri had a model of a VW camper van painted in hippie colors. The engine capacity was displayed on the back. Henri may have been a hippie, but a hippie with plenty of disposable income. The woman in the picture looked... The street was quiet. The frame contained... Henri I knew it'd be wrong to leave the room without checking it thoroughly. It was a statue. A strategically placed fig leaf protected his modesty. It was a statue. I opened the Now that was a safe. That wasn't worth trying. A pair of evil eyes. Henri's notice board was I had no reason to search the desk again. It was a battered sofa. The telephone was an antique rotary model. It was a 1600. The poster. It was a battered. This stuff was. The street was quiet. In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking.
That is my job.
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We...
Oh, really?
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance...
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return.
Of course, but I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you.
Okay. Do you know anything about a company?
No, I have never heard of them. Now,
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the...
monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh? Pal? Monsieur,
Yeah, Cal...
of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary. This is now an official crime. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder...
What do you mean?
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find. Well, the priest thinks La Malediccio is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on. I found the address of the security company Henri employed. It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigation. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself.
Yeah?
It's good to see you.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life. The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera's security. The place looked like it had been out of business for a while. Vera's security, I was going to get some... The stall was a myriad of retro kitsch. Bottle stoppers, keychains, musical cards. Hi, I wonder if you can help.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Thank you.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me. I have a resounding...
Smell this.
Ooh.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is... I thought the neon sign had potential.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall.
You want me to try fixing that?
Do you know what you're...
I'm very good at...
Then, please. Marketing analysis.
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing. I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated. I needed a better idea. The buzzing and flashing has stopped.
And I am very grateful. When you're building a brand from the ground up, I need a name that makes my...
I could take a look at your sign, come up with something.
You are like a genie.
Tell me about your business.
This stall is going to put me through college while giving me field experience. But the nonsense sign is working against me. It should spell a name for my shop. I need something original, yet familiar, bright and in your face, yet subtle.
He struck me as more of an aftershave. I decided to keep... If Bassam knew how flimsy the sign was... Bassam had... Do you have any use for nail...
No.
seemed the letters could be moved around. Shame it didn't have the right letters to spell Bassam. I'd have to think of something else. At least the sign's not...
I know, and I do appreciate. And as it says in all the books, brand. If only it's spelled out, that would send my business soaring.
The stall was a myriad of retro kitsch. Bottle stopper.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Come here, little fella. I was never... That would have violated the Chemical Weapons Convention. Nope. I needed a better... There were crumbs on the floor. Even the there was a huge... The ashtray was... The filters were gold-colored. Romanov's, a Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty. As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches. A crumpled... I tipped out the matches. I couldn't catch it just by swiping at it. I'd need to entice it. I couldn't catch it. I set down my... The box needed some bait.
Leave that radio alone and salt this damn cockroach.
Could you help me with a...
I'm sorry. Until I kickstart this business, I don't really... I need a clear message that grabs my key demographic by the lapels and hurls them into my economic bailiwick.
Excuse me?
You know, a name that sounds magical and exotic, that appeals to a yearning they only...
Do you know anything about...
Not really.
Why do you...
Rush setup, new sign, low investment, and no...
At least the sign's not...
As I said, I know and I do appreciate, and as it... If only it's... That would send...
I've got some...
Always good to have.
Aladdin's. That sounded almost ideal, except there was only one Bassam. Aha. That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bassam, how about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Aha, Mr. Stoba.
Do you happen to know a good way...
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economy. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest...
Why is that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort.
Rich tea.
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a...
Glad to have...
I really like your new sign.
It's mag...
What do you think?
I'm over the moon. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cars. And you...
So what are you selling?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I sell all
Lie.
English biscuits, Turkish delight, French cassettes, Brazilian Betamax videos.
I added some bait to the matchbox. Even I was finding it hard to resist that little trap. Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up. The Vera phone. All expenses.
Yes?
There's been a theft at Le Lézard Bleu. A painting's been...
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe you're...
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you
Didn't.
did.
I've got all day.
But I didn't. Do you recognize it?
Oof! That would take the hair off your legs. I had a boss who wore that. Know what I mean?
Do these clippers look familiar?
Yes. I mean, no. Why should they look familiar?
It says here that Vera was hired to do the security of the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery.
That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race. No thanks.
I've got a cookie.
Those dry things are disgusting.
I've got some matches.
Yes, I saw you pick them up. Keep them. I can't afford to...
I caught the cockroach. Look, isn't he a sweetie?
Ah! Keep it away from me!
Thanks.
Look, do you mind not touching the office equipment?
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding. The place looked very much like temporary...
Do you mind? I'm listening to the race.
Annette was watching me like a hawk.
What can I do for...
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just...
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well...
So do I, chérie. So do I.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
That cookie did the trick.
Right customer, right product.
I caught the cockroach.
Excellent work. In a few weeks, this place is going to be buzzing.
I think I'll keep him. I'll name him Trevor.
Interesting name. Old school, comforting, harmless. I can see you're quite a strategic thinker, George.
Thank you for...
You're...
I decided to stay till I'd squeezed what I could from Annette. The Veraphone. The ashtray was full of... It wasn't the... Now was... The ashtray... Romanov's. Not a snowball's chance. I didn't want to leave that. I didn't want to leave that.
Please stay on.
It was like she had some kind of psychic power. She could just... The office looked like it had been...
Hands off, miss.
Can I just have a look?
Certainly not. That book is very private. What can I do?
Annette, could I just have a quick look in your back office?
What do you take me for?
What? No. I mean, can I look in there?
Oh, I see. No, you can't. It's private.
Thanks.